Everything in Australia wants to kill you. As part of our tour, we just got dropped off at a very, very nice beach. It's super beautiful. You can see, gorgeous, right? Here's the kicker. Beaches in Australia are absolutely stunning, but they are incredibly dangerous. So right now it's the stinger season. So there are different types of jellyfish some of them are as small as this big. Basically, they're deadly. Their sting is deadly. It causes heart attacks. And then we have saltwater crocodiles, which literally swim in the ocean right here. And they can come up from the water. You're not really safe even on the beach here. You're not safe to swim. You're not safe even on the beach. Now, you'd think if you're not in the water, you won't get stung by a jellyfish. That is wrong as well, because the jellyfish that come up onto the ground, even dead, they still retain their toxic properties. So you can just walk on the beach and step on them. And we're walking barefoot. You could go to the shade of the forest. Here, however, also have poisonous plants, venomous plants, spiders and snakes that are also venomous and poisonous and toxic. So there's really not a safe place in Australia in the nature. And we also have not mentioned sharks. So when you ask Australians where do you guys swim? If the beaches are so dangerous, where do you swim? The answer is the pools, obviously. But also, if you go into the rainforest and you swim in the rainforest rivers and waterfall lakes, that's generally safe. The keyword is generally. So what they do is they set up these floating nets in the ocean in certain designated areas, like in public beaches, which protect you from the jellyfish at least, but not from the teeny tiny ones that are the most deadly. They also protect you from sharks, but not from the crocodiles, which have legs and can go on top of the net. Interesting experience, I guess, talking to Australians and taking tours around Australian nature. Everywhere we go, the same theme that comes across is that everything in Australia can kill you. There are also murder chickens, which is the local cassowary bird. Very fascinating bird, beautiful, but it is as big as 6 foot tall, and it has massive claws, and it can run something like 60 kilometers an hour, can karate kick you. There's such a thing as a suicide plant. The wildlife is dangerous, but also the plants are really dangerous. Most fruits in the rainforest are actually toxic to humans. There's one plant in particular called the suicide plant. The suicide plant is actually my favorite story. So it's a plant that has hooks that if you brush against it, you're actually going to have those hooks go into your body or your skin and release neurotoxins that create excruciating pain. And that pain doesn't go away. Not tomorrow, not in a week, not in a month. It can last up to and over 1 year. Excruciating pain. And there's nothing that anyone can do about that pain. There's no antidote. There's, some people have tried to get the hooks out, but that's also excruciatingly painful. Some people who have touched the plant say that even many years later, that area is still sensitive. So it never actually goes away. So despite being a plant, it's not actually poisonous. It is venomous. It injects poison into your body through the hook, actual neurotoxin. The coolest story about this plant, that's not cool at all, and why it was called a suicide plant, is that when the original soldiers came to this area and they were looking for a big leaf, and this is a heart-shaped leaf. They were looking for a big leaf to use as their tissues, their toilet paper to wipe with. This one soldier used that leaf to wipe with. So you can imagine the pain basically was so horrible and lasted for so long that he could not continue living and he killed himself. Hence the name suicide plant. So from wildlife to freaking birds to snakes, mammals, plants, sea life, everything in Australia wants to kill you.